guys, it's HerHairFantasyCo, and today we're going to be doing a frontal sew-in. So I already have her pre-prepped. I already did her ball cap, and now I'm wiping her forehead down in 91% alcohol. Alrighty, now I'm going to go ahead and sew the back of her frontal down. I'm going to get her to hold on to both sides pretty tight while I go ahead and make sure that both sides of the frontal is sewed down. Okay, now I'm going ahead and I'm blow drying the lace tint that I just sprayed. Moving on from that, you're going to see me go ahead and start placing the glue. I'm placing the glue mimicking basically her hairline. I am going to pull it up in the middle just to cover up some of her forehead in the middle because she does kind of have like a dip in her hairline. However, I'm not going to cover up too much of her forehead. So you'll see me placing the glue exactly where I want the hairline to be, like how I want the hairline to look on her skin. Okay, y'all, so I got a confession. When it comes down to these latex glues, I always use the maximum recommended amount on the bottle just to make sure that my clients are getting, like, a long enough hold on their lace installs. This time I was using the bowl hold active in the pink bottle, and on there it says it can stand up to 4 to 7 layers of glue. So I do put the 7 layers of glue on my clients. And I mean, if you see here, the ball cap is completely covering all their edges, so it's like it may seem like you're using a lot of glue. However, the edges are completely covered and protected. So I mean, the glue is basically sitting on like the cap, almost like it's on this her skin, like on her hairline, not on her hairline, but on her. It's hard to explain, but it's mimicking her hairline. But you know what I'm saying, all of her hair is covered, is protected. So I mean, it gives us, by doing, an actual appropriate ball cap where all of the hair is covered, it gives us a whole lot of more room to basically make sure that we're having a smooth glue application. So I blow dried it, made sure everything was clear. I'm now going ahead and applying the lace. I'm using my rat tail comb just to go in and smooth the lace into the glue, making sure that everything sticks. And you're going to see me do that around the whole perimeter of her head. So now I'm on the other side, about to do the exact same thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and blow dry the hairline just to make sure that that glue is completely dry before I move on to the next step. So I'm going to go in with that blow dryer on both sides just to make sure, y'all, because you just want to make sure that, the laces, before you move on to any step, you want to make sure that everything is completely dry. So now that I am completely dry, I am noticing that I need to bring down the glue a little bit in the middle. So I'm just going to lift this little flap up real quick and apply some more glue just so the hairline will be a little bit further down in the middle. So now I'm going to go in and touch up those roots that was over processed by the bleach. So I'm taking some black root touch up, just going through with my little this is a little, I call it a hair toothbrush. I got it from my local beauty supply store for like $1. So I'm just going to go in around the front of her hairline and just make sure all those little parts that's a little gold, because we did tone the lace after we did tone the knots after we bleached. So nothing on here is orange, but you can kind of see those little light brown little spots. So we're just going to go ahead and take that out by doing this process here. Now we're going to blow dry that product in. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that that product is completely dry. So we're just going to go back and forth around the perimeter of her head with my right tail comb, combing it out, making sure that nothing, is getting on the lace or getting too sticky or anything. Make sure everything is staying clean and neat. So now we're going to go ahead and tie the lace down. Now that that product is dry, you're going to see me, I don't have footage of me actually sewing the net on, but I did sew the net on first before sewing her bundles in the back. And we did go ahead and add 3 bundles. I believe the inches was 26, 24, and 22. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the lace band. Alrighty, now we're going to go ahead and move on with cutting the lace off. So today I'm moving back and forth between my eyebrow archer as well as a pair of shears. I use the shears just to basically go ahead and like slice the lace where I can fit my razor up in there, and then I just go ahead and slide my razor through. The ear tabs, I do cut those off with my shears, and then I go through and basically make sure I press the lace back down on the glue with my shears again. Repeating the same steps on this side. So now you're gonna see me going in with my shears. Sometimes I find myself when I'm moving over to the left side that it's kind of hard for me to use my eyebrow archer. So it was just easier for me to use my shears. So that's what I use in this moment right here. So now we're about to go ahead and cut this ear tab off. So basically what I like to do is section the ear out. Go ahead and part the ear out so I can see where the lace is going to lay at. Then I pull that hair up, just clamp it up. And now of course, use your finger as a barrier between the ear and your shears and go ahead and cut that excess lace off. Okay, so I sprayed a little holding spray around the hairline. So now I'm going to blow dry that in just to make sure that everything is melted back down. Now I'm pulling out some baby hairs. I'm going to pull out baby hairs around the whole perimeter. I am going to do pretty thin baby hairs this time, so I'm not going to pull out too much hair. But of course, if you do end up pulling out too much baby hair, you can always go in and pluck it. But I always like to be pretty precise when I'm plucking the frontal itself. So when it is time for me to pull out the baby hair, I don't have to do too much plucking and pulling on the lace once that lace is already glued down. Alrighty, so I'm going to have sis hold those baby hairs while I go in with my Care wax stick and my hot comb to go ahead and melt that hairline. Go ahead and basically smooth out those front hairs on the frontal, those edges, to make sure they're pretty straight. So when we go on with the next product and do our baby hairs, everything will be sleek and straight and easy to basically, comb your baby hairs into. All right, now I'm going in with my favorite step. Now I'm going to use some foam right here on the hairline, just literally at the beginning of the hairline, on the hairline and both the lace, because y'all, I don't know what it is, but I swear to God, the mousse coupled with the spritz spray, once you tie that bad boy up and you let that thing sit, I don't know what type of magic goes on, but it melts it so well. So that's just like my favorite step because I really feel like it's magic. But anyway, right here, I'm going ahead and pulling out her part. I'm going ahead and flattening her part out. I'm doing her back strip right now. Yeah, I see a lot of people skip over this step and it kind of bothers me, but please make sure when you're doing these frontals closures too that you're doing that back hairline. So now I'm about to go ahead and smooth out basically the sides of the part. So I just sprayed it with my spritz first just to go ahead and get the flyaways laying down. Now I'm going to go on with my Care um, wax stick and then my hot comb to just melt that in place. Now I'm going to part off the part, and now you're going to see me basically just break off little pieces here and go in with my flat iron and my wax stick and my spritz to just flatten out that side to make sure that everything is all sleek and silky. Okay, so period. Now everything is all sleek. So I'm gonna go do the same thing to the other side. Same process, flatten out the other side, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pin everything up and remove that wax strip and the elastic band, and voila, period. Okay, so now that we're giving off very much melted, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the baby hair. So I'm just going ahead and combing, that spritz and the foam out of the baby hair, getting everything, all the tacky hairs basically untacked and just combing them out. I'm also going to comb out my hairline as well to make sure, that's pretty soft. Now I'm going to go on with my hot comb just one more time before I go ahead and put that product down for my baby hair, just to make sure that everything is straight and smooth. Now I'm also, before I go ahead and move into my baby hair, I'm going to straighten up my part and make sure it's centered off correctly. So I'm going through making sure that it's neat, just a quick little hairline check to make sure everything's schmelted. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut those baby hairs off. I got my little edges brush. I'm ready to make it do what it do. So I got my product on. Before I even do my baby hairs, I'm gonna go ahead and smooth out that hairline. So I can, once you're doing your baby hair, you'll be able to comb your baby hair back into your hairline pretty smoothly. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut off those center baby hairs. Now y'all, I'm still working on my center baby hairs. Sometimes I feel like they're too long. Sometimes I feel like they're too short. Honestly, I feel like it all just depends on you and your client's preference. Sometimes I get those clients that like them, a little big and bold. Some of my clients like them kind of small, on a little sneak tip. So it's all really depending on your preference and your client's preference. But I'm going to just go ahead and, make it do what it do. So I'm forming those baby hairs, making sure it's neat, combing it back into the hairline, making sure it's making it do what it do. I'm smoothing it, with the side baby hairs, you do got to play with it a little bit. Because one thing about me, Y'all, I'm honestly really picky about my baby hairs. And I feel like that's my biggest thing I critique myself on is my baby hair because I feel like your baby hair can make or break your hairstyle. I do like dramatic baby hair and big baby hair, but I don't like to take up too much of my clients, like forehead space, and I don't like those baby hairs on the eyebrow. Like if it's not going to be a wispy baby hair, I don't like it all on the eyebrow. So yeah, you're gonna see me just going in, playing with it, putting my thing down, flipping and reversing it, combing it out, making sure things is neat, making it smooth, just playing with it. Bed it up so we can go ahead and tie the baby hairs up, let them dry, let them sit. We're gonna go ahead and press out all of the hair, both the frontal again and the tracks in the back. Then I'm gonna go ahead and spray some oil sheen as well as got to be spray, to give it some luster as well as help those flyaways. And then we're gonna move into plucking the part. So easiest part ever, we just gonna go straight down the middle, just making sure that we have a nice plucked bone straight part. So now I'm going to take some of that olive oil sheen as well as some spritz and spray that part. Now I'm going to set my flat iron as well as my hot comb just to make sure everything's flat and that product is set in. Yes, yes, yes. Hot comb is my best friend, making it do what it do. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean up that part with some black spray using the end of my rat's tail comb, period. Taking a little bit of concealer, just boldening that part up a little bit. Boldening, I don't even know if that's the word, so y'all please don't come for me. But basically, I'm just making that part more alive. And then I'm going to clean it right back up with some more of that black hairspray, and period. Now we're going to set that in with some spritz and some more of that oil sheen. Smooth that product on out. Now we can go ahead and move on to taking off our wax strip. Dun, dun, dun. Drum roll, please. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and comb that on out. It's slayed. It's slayed. Take some more of that oil sheen. Plop that on around your hairline. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. This is my favorite part. Everything is laid and slayed. Is melted. Those baby hairs are completely down. Taking some more of my spritz around that hairline. Y'all, I love this look. Like, I just feel like you just can't go wrong when it goes down to, a middle part with that bone straight. I don't care if you light skin, you dark skin, got a big forehead, little forehead. Either way, it's just gonna hit. I swear it's gonna hit, and I love it.